Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, guys, to the podcast. How is everybody doing? So a little bit of business talk today. So I know a lot of you have their own businesses. You might have a full-time job and a little side business. We can put this to anything really. If we're working a 9 to 5 or shift work, or I know this for me is I have a lot of friends who have their own businesses, and I find that when we have our own business, we tend to not have breaks. We tend to try and hustle harder, but hustling without breaks can hold you back. And working non-stop isn't a flex, it is a warning sign. Because when we first start a business, we often believe that success means saying yes to everything, working every spare minute and never taking a break. I used to be like this too. But real business maturity isn't about working harder, it is about working smarter. So I'm going to be talking about why constantly pushing yourself can damage your mental health, your body, your relationships, and even your business. And we'll explore why rest isn't laziness, it's part of high performance. So we've all done it. Skip lunch, answering messages late at night, which I do. Working weekends, I do work some weekends. And yes, I feel guilty for taking a day off. And thinking exhaustion means you're successful. What constant stress does to your body, especially as women, it increases stress hormones. We all know we've got a higher risk of burnout, poor sleep, more inflammation. This is yes for me when I'm having a busy week, and sometimes I can't help booking clients in because I'm going away and it's just one of those weeks and I'm like trying to catch up with myself. I guarantee I have 4 days with a fibromyalgia flare up. I can end up with low energy because I just feel tired for the next day because I'm not sleeping, because I can't switch off, because my brain's just like whizzing around. Increased aches and pains, yes. And, a lot of us, I know a lot of you that listen to this and that have like arthritis, and we've got some other medical issues. A few of you got going through chemotherapy and the road to recovery. So I feel like, if we are pushing ourselves and doing all these things, we're not going to recover. We're just going to continue making ourselves more stressed out, and it will start affecting our mental health then, because the impact on mental health, our anxiety increases, we get brain fog, feel overwhelmed, irritability, loss of motivation, and for me, creativity disappears. I always have that a few days of the month of like my cycle where I just feel like I just want to switch the world off. And I can't really because of my business. But when your brain starts telling you like, just have a few down days, to have those down days. Just schedule some posts, that's what I do. I do some images and I have them ready to go out. And then what I do, I go and book a massage, because sometimes my body's telling me, go and look after yourself. And then it takes on to gut health and stress. Our gut and brain are so closely connected. Stress can contribute to bloating, stomach discomfort, and digestive changes. And your nervous system spends less time in rest and digest mode when you're constantly under pressure. Performance actually improves with recovery. So think about athletes. They don't train flat out every day. They have like recovery months, don't they? Where like when I used to PT in a gym, I'd train like say footballers, but then in their rest period, they wouldn't do football. They do a bit of golf or yoga, bit of boxing, do something else. You do something that's completely different, because you've got to have, you can't be linear. You've got to be quite undulating with like a fitness plan, and it can't be the same, because you just like run into like burnout. We've just got to have those days where we recover, because we start to feel overwhelmed. We can feel it in our chest, in our voice. Everything's like goes faster. Recovery is part of your program. Business owners should be no different, because when you rest, you often have better ideas. I have better clarity for sure, better decision making. I have lots of time to reflect. I'm more patient. I know if I'm doing too much and I'm trying to juggle things and I get a bit snappy with my son, and because he's like got special needs, and you know, it's like when children are pushing your buttons and they're pushing them at the wrong time. It's like they know when it's time of the month, or you're feeling really in pain. You've just got to give yourself a little bit of a minute. We have rest, we have higher productivity. We know we have those like aha moments, like light bulb moments, where we're like, right, yes, like I've had an idea. Because if we're bogged down and we're doing too much, I feel like I'm like scatty with what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing now. I feel like I've lost my way. Even though I goal set and do everything, I do feel like everything's skewiff, because I'm doing too much and I'm taking more clients on. I've got to be really careful, because I could end up taking a lot more clients on, and I do have to say no sometimes. I just can't physically do more than I'm doing without just jeopardising me and my mental health, and I'm still trying to look after me and everything that I do. But when we have rest, we have more confidence. Honestly, rest is everything. So let's look at signs you're doing too much. You can't switch off. You feel guilty resting. You're always saying, just one more thing. You're exhausted but can't sleep, because our cortisol levels are up in the air. Adrenaline is running around in your body. It's like drinking a Red Bull, and it's just firing around at every like muscle fibre. Your body keeps giving you warning signs. We always have warning signs. We just know when we're not feeling right, because we tell ourselves first that we're not feeling right. We might tell our partner we're not feeling right today. They end up noticing too. So let's look at business maturity. What does that look like for you? So taking proper lunch breaks. So like say today I've been busy, but I didn't really feel like a lot of food. So what I've done is make a shake. So I'm still like on a health journey. I'm still could do to lose a couple more pounds on my tummy. We all have a little bit of stubborn areas, don't we? But I'm not doing too bad in terms of not far off like 6 stone. So it seems a lot when you say it like that, but it isn't a lot really, because I needed to do it. I mean, my mum sent me this picture the other day. I was like, oh, that's not me. She went, Lindsay, it is you. So it's only like when you look at that. And Kimmy sent you, didn't you, Kimmy? Sent me a picture last night of me and Kimmy, and I looked, I thought, who's that? I thought, it's me and Kimmy. So I might have to put it on my socials. I have to get permission off Kimmy. And it just shows how much, like, I was thinking last night how much, like, even like losing the weight, it's improved my health and wellness, my mental health, my confidence. And me and Kimmy was confident people anyway, but I feel like even, she won't mind me saying this, like we did our photo shoot and she does all my branding, like we're showing up differently, because I feel like you do when you love the skin you're in, and your skin doesn't have to be perfect. Like we do, we do show up differently, don't we? And things do feel better, and obviously it's improved my health. So everything's changed. My sugar levels are stable, and my pain, even though I do get my pain triggers, my pain management is so much better. So that's got to be a bonus. I'm proactive more in my business. I just feel like I'm doing more. I'm going out more, doing different things, because I feel like I can show up in the clothes that I want to show up. So everything's changed this year for me. Like everything's like matured, and I've come to a point where I just want to just relax and take it easy. But I've got to still make sure that I don't go back to all these things. Yeah, I tell you about all these things, but I've got to make sure that these are good reminders for me. Because, our business maturity is like scheduling holidays and days off. That's what I've been doing, and having date days and having massages and saying no. And like my friends went out yesterday, went to like not a festival, but like a day with like music and stuff. But if I go out, I'll probably have a drink, and then my husband was like all night, so he was working, like he was in bed. So, but I thought no, because I would have been shattered, and my son's my priority. So I just chilled, and I do other things this week, and my priorities have changed so much. And when also business maturity looks like delegating where possible, we do become good delegators. We become really good at that outsourcing and time blocking, and we don't have to do everything ourselves, do it. Especially if we've got a business, we've got multiple people in that business. We can get like a PA or VA, like we can get all these people to help us. We can maybe factor that into our business, into our budget. I mean, I like to do a lot of things myself. It's so hard to let go because it's the way my brain works, and I feel like I'm quite funny. My standards are quite high, and I did a post today about standards, and I was talking to a friend, just like even like business standards and the way I am in my business and stuff. And I find I struggle sometimes if people aren't the same way, because you do become. I feel like my standards. I got trained in like really good salons growing up, and I feel like we had a lot of really good in-house training about clients, and this relates to across the board. You don't have to be like hair and beauty. It's everything that you do. I know I treat people how I want to be treated, even in business, in life, in relationships, and I expect that too. I really struggle when that does not happen. And also looking after your health before it forces you to. So if you start getting bad gut, bad back, not sleeping, bad muscles, ratty, we need to look at something. It doesn't have to say, let's give up my business, it's not working out. Sometimes a break from your business is what we need. Because sometimes I think people do throw in the towel a little bit with the business and think, right, it's not working. But sometimes, because if you're like a manifesting generator like me, you've got a bit of ADHD, and you're like, oh, my brain's got 100 things doing, lots of cogs moving around. We struggle. We're like, right, well, I want to do this and I want to do that, and that's not working. It's probably not working because we're throwing ourselves into everything. I'll tell you what though, my husband grounds me to a T. Like, I feel like I would, if it weren't for him, I'd be doing so many things. It's like, you need to slow down, you need to do that. It's like, why are you doing all this? And like, I never just see you like not with your phone or not doing this. And I'm like, I've got things to do. He's like, but do you need to do it? Is it the end of the world? And I get what he's saying, and it's totally true. And I'm like, it's probably different for him because he has a business. He works for a business, and it's not 9 to 5, but he goes to work, comes home, and he can switch off. We're different. We're not just business owners. Like we are delegators, and we do all the admin, we do all our accounts, we do all the things that we have to do for our business. Nobody else can do that. So you know what? Our body whispers before it screams. I've always said this. Success shouldn't cost you your health. The most successful business owners I've met aren't the busiest. They're the ones who understand that their energy is their greatest business asset. You don't have to earn your rest. Rest is part of the strategy. So just a little reminder today that sometimes we need to stop like doing too much, and because have you heard that saying, less is more? Sometimes we need to hustle less, think out the box, bring back them. If you like got a bit like quiet around the manifesting, because sometimes we're manifesting and we're doing all our practices, but sometimes it can get a bit too much sometimes. So bringing back, just having a minute, do some reflection, do some journaling, do some manifestations, I'm actually going to be doing my vision board. I'm going to get things juicy and spicy again. And sometimes I can get a bit stagnated with everything, but sometimes it's like when I start to feel like that, these are my reminders, and then I come on here and talk to you about them because I want to. This is what I do. These are the things that I go through on a daily basis or weekly basis, and I put my own strategies back in. I think, yeah, Lindsay, remember what you talk about on the podcast. Remember everything that you implement. It works for me. I've got a really nice steady flow, and I'm doing it around my son with special needs. I'm doing it with everything that I do. You can grow, you can do things, and my boundaries are so much better. And I'm trying not work too many late nights now, and work opposite weekends, because sometimes you've got to do that. You've got to work with what you've got to work with, especially around children, and you've got a partner. And some of you don't have partners, I know that. Some of you have to do things on your own, but good on you for setting that business up. And it's going to be tough, of course it's going to be tough, but this way we've got podcasts like mine to help and support you like on your journey. If you're feeling a bit low, go and listen to a few episodes. And before I go, I just wanted to say thanks to our lovely lady Debbie Harrison. I knew Debbie, she was at Harrison years ago, wasn't you, Debbie? I know her mum and her brother, and we met through a friend called Jane years ago. She used to work with Jane, and she was thinking now. And she started listening to my podcast, and she sent me a lovely message. I hope you don't mind me shouting out, but she put, "Hey Linz, I've been listening to your podcast. You're bloody brilliant. Thank you so much for that. It is nice to hear your feedback." And also, what did I say to her is, I've just seen this, so I must have not seen it because it was in like my requests. And I put like, "Thank you so much for the feedback and welcome to the manifesting world." And she's put, "You're so easy to listen to." I was like, everybody says that, like your best friend in your ear. And she's put, "It so is. That's what it is." And Debbie will know that the way I talk now, maybe I've not seen her for a couple of years, but she will follow me online, that this is me. There's no frills. This is me. This is how I am. She'll know that I've grown and progressed in years ago. Obviously I still do my hair and beauty, but this is all new to a lot of people. My be becoming an author and doing my coaching, business coaching. This has evolved in the last, like, since lockdown. I've done 5 years of 6 years of solid work and working on me, and that's why I want to do the podcast, to help you guys, to support you. It's a free podcast. You can work with me, you can do one-to-ones with me, you can buy my book, support my business that way. My book is like under a tenner on Amazon, Manifesting Through Motherhood, or you can get it on Kindle for like £2.25. It supports me, and sharing the podcast and leaving reviews also supports the podcast too. So just a quick one today. I'll see you later in the week. Have a great week. I've had a really good day last week. It was really nice to have the spa, had a bit of lunch. It was beautiful. It's calmed down. The weather is so much cooler now, so I'm so glad. I'm so happy. Networking this week. I'm at the Clitheroe with Kimmy. Yeah, I've got all sorts coming up at the minute. I've got my hair appointment soon. I'm starting Kimmy's membership. I can't wait. Yeah, I've got some good things coming up. Breakfast with friends. It's always nice to have. I actually need to book another massage. I need to just make sure actually my pain is feeling okay in the minute. So I shouldn't really mention it because I jinx myself. So it's good. I can continue what I'm doing, and it puts me in a better stead for the week. So yeah, anyway, happy manifesting. Don't forget, all my links are in the show notes, all my journals, planners, everything's on there. And I'll leave it there. So I will speak to you soon. Have a great day and take care. I'm happy and manifesting. Bye for now. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together, it's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.